Hey guys, so today we're going to look at Kane's shooting technique, or even just striking the ball in general. So what I wanted to focus on was basically the plant foot. As you'll see later, that I have a tendency to jump, and so do a lot of players when striking across the body. And to find out the result, it can make it predictable we're going to shoot. So either the defender can block it, or the goalkeeper can guess early. So let's watch this clip of Kane shooting. So as he gets to this last step, you see, one thing I just wanted to keep in mind is you see his plant foot. It's relatively close to the ground, and you see that it snaps back like this. So sometimes like when I hit with like the I guess with the side or the instep, I tend to not like wind up as much. And then I find it helpful because it's kind of postured in that sense where he can like just keep his hips open and hit this way, or he can just wrap around at the last moment and then hit across the body. And one thing I find that helps with this technique is say like this line where you're running towards the ball is to keep both feet relatively in the center of this line. I find like when you want to like hit across, like basically you want to brace yourself, and then like you'll put your shooting foot, in this case Kane's right foot, to come over here, and then you can kind of like push off and hit here. But I find that makes it easy to guess where you're going to shoot. And also if you do it this way, you can't snap back fully like this and then hit like with the side with your instep across. So here's one of my first attempts. So after my last step here, it's kind of hard to see, but I try to keep in mind I wanted to keep it relatively like in the same plane or running. Like if I have it too much here, I can't really snap back fully, like both my this part of my leg and also my thigh. So over here, you kind of see like I'm trying to do my best here, but you see, you have a tendency to hop up a bit like this. I think that's just a habit from like playing, or sorry, from training and trying to shoot balls into an empty net, and I want to hit it as hard as I can into the corners. So I don't have to worry too much about flair, like deceiving the keeper and or trying to prevent the defender from blocking. So that was one of the things I was trying to correct. And if you kind of notice, you see my knee, like when I hit it this way, like it kind of looks like I'm like pointing my knee out really like this far. Now, I find that also has to do with the mechanics of like hopping up too much, and then I think as a result, to compensate to hit over there, I need to like almost kind of bring my knee forth. I find oftentimes with Kane or even any really good strikers, like like see that knee, it's relatively like close together with his other knee before he hits it across. It's not too much of him like kneeing over out like this. And again, I think that has to do with trying to plant like a bit earlier, not hop too much, and then bring the foot back and swing. Yeah, quite a few years ago, I was taught, like to really hop and then like swing back and then back and forth like as fast as you can. But I think if you're not purely going for power, and you don't need that much power when you're here anyway, I don't think that's the optimal way to do it. And here's another one of my tips. Should I correct for this? So once again, trying to like keep my like foot relatively in that same plane. Not trying to bring it out too much. And this time I was trying not to hop as much. It still looks like I hop a little bit, but it's definitely not as pronounced. And you see, as my foot lands here, like my foot still wide. My knee doesn't protrude out too much here, and then I can hit across my body and into the left corner. Again, I find it's helpful because like once I get here, like I can like keep my hip open or open a bit further to hit onto the right corner there. So what looks subtle but actually feels quite significant is when I get here, what helps I find is just to keep my foot a lot more bent. It doesn't look that bent, but it does feel quite a bit bent. I mentioned in one of my previous videos having a delayed backlift, so keeping that backlift delayed until the last moment, and then I can keep my head tucked in like this. I find like when I do it this way, like I don't hop too much, and I even swing back and forth. I'm not swinging back and forth as fast as I can. I find maybe like say the keeper like try to time, and then like maybe once he like commits a little bit, then I can like really bring that foot and really commit to that full acceleration. So I find like when I put those factors into play, I still can get like that hit tucked in like this. So I think there's two ways to do it, and I think this is probably the better way. Not like keeping my foot on the ground, but instead, as I wind here, I'm not. When I train, I want to hit it as hard as I can. So I'm winding back as far as I can and coming back as fast as I can. But just keeping that a bit more controlled, and then practicing little variations. When to accelerate at different times, and keeping my hip open and closed at various angles. So keep in mind this posture here, especially with my foot there. Like I could swivel and hit to the right corner, but also I can just wrap my foot around the ball, hit to the other side. Also, I find not hopping as much and keeping that supporting leg bent. It's beneficial with doing one-step dribbling. That means as you like take a touch after you dribble, not taking extra steps before taking a shot or a pass. It cuts off a little bit, but you can see me take my last touch here. I find oftentimes Messi will either pass or like take a shot just after one step. So rather than like push it forward and then take a couple steps and then striking it, after the last touch, the supporting leg. See, if to me, if it's quite a bit bent. That's what it feels like, and then it gives me enough time to like wind back and forth. I don't have to do it right away as I'm up in the air, and makes it easy for the defender to block. And then just coming here and then following through.